What's up guys, it's Selka and today I'll be doing the weekly analysis. So as usual, I'm taking a look at every asset right there and give you guys my thoughts about them, what I will be trading during the week and what move I'm expecting. So with that being said, let's get into it. Alright, so before I get into it, I just want to let you know that my Discord is still open, link in the description, and feel free to join if you want to talk about trading. It can be anything related to trading, so trading method, trading setup, or whatever. So you can join and I would like to see you there if you want to speak about it. So now we're going to get started with Bitcoin. And like I said in my last weekly analysis, I told you guys that this right there was a potential running flat. All right, so I said that this was a potential running flat, so the goal was to come and break the top, which is done right there. All right, we've seen it, now it's done. And since this move is done, you got to be careful because this potential running flat is now done. It's now over, so we don't need to talk about this move anymore, and we're gonna start a brand new move potentially. All right, so my thoughts right now is that potentially we're gonna start a brand new move. Now we're in smaller time frame, so we'll need to check this out in the bigger one. But I was also telling you that this type of move can be dangerous, as you can have this regular flat for a drop before having the up move. Now sometimes you see it doesn't really matter, it makes a correction and go up. All right, and again you have all the different correction in the top right corner to help you out. But yeah, this one just came up, made a flat right there. This flag was the perfect opportunity, this one also, to come and retest the top. And since you got both opportunities, it was a good trade to take, as well as this main pattern that I talked about. This is a running flat. All right, just letting you know again. A move, B move, which is in 3-wave, B move right there, and the C move right there. So when you have this ABC and you have an impulse before it, then you're expecting another impulse to come and at least break this top. So that's how I do it. Now if you can compare those two moves right there, this was also running flat, so A, B, C right there. So A, B, and C running flat, that came and broke at least this top. And now we have another running flat, like I just said. This was right there, A, B, C. So now the thing with those running flat is that when you break the top, the move is done. All right, so this move is no longer will no longer be part of another move. So now this running is done, you got the impulse. At this point, when you break the top, you need to be careful, as you can start a brand new structure just like this one. So breaking the top, starting a new A, B, C, and now going up again. So same thing right there, we broke the top, so we're gonna start a new structure. This was the C, all right, this was the B, and this was the A, just letting you know again. And right there, we're starting a new structure as we broke the top. So it can still push up, all right, but sometimes you'll have a new correction if it's meant to go higher. All right, so if you're in the trade, no need to cut your trade. So you don't need to get out of the trade, you just need to take profit at the top like you usually do on those running flat. All right, so from this point, I think it will probably crawl back up and then make a bigger correction. I think the correction will be at least bigger than this one and this one, so it might take a longer time and will be a bigger retracement. All right, so I can't tell when this will happen. Seeing the bigger structure, this can crawl and do it later on, but the more we go up, the more this move right there will have its correction and it will be bigger. So that's why aping in those type of price range is not a good idea in my opinion. So I won't do it because I expect something bigger. All right, so when I'll see something like this, that's where I'll put most of my money, as I know that this is a pattern that means a potential continuation. All right, so it can be also a running flat, just like we've seen right there and right there in the smaller time frame. It can start with an A move, range quite sometimes with a B move, make a drop for a C move that won't break this low, and then a pump. So it can literally be this. Either way, you gotta be careful of a correction in this zone, just like it's written in the top right corner, a correction that looks similar to these. So for Bitcoin, nothing to do right now, just hold on to it and wait if there is a correction that will happen. I think we'll see it soon, as I'm using this MACD, and I can feel that we're losing momentum. So you see this stop has a lot of volume, this one has less volume, and the one that we've just got right there has almost no volume. So when you see things like this and it's things going up, that means that sometime soon you'll get at least the bigger correction. So it will be something like this before going up. All right, so we'll wait for that. And as of target, I don't usually put that on my weekly analysis, but I thought I would start do it as it can help. So basically what I'm gonna do is taking that retracement, that not the retracement one, the classic one from the bottom that we've got right there, and see if that's the top, then what are the target for a bigger correction. It can probably, and I'll remove that, probably go for something like maybe bounce off that 0.3 right there, go back, bounce off that 0.5, and maybe end the correction. But it's too early to say, because for that to happen you need that this to be the top, and I don't think it's the top yet. I think we'll still have some crawling, so I'll do it whenever we'll see the first retracement, as right now it's pointless. So that's for Bitcoin. Now let me just change color so it will be cleaner, and go on Ethereum. So for Ethereum, this one, let me check. All right, this one is different, so let me remove this. This one has its expanding flat right there, same thing as Bitcoin, ABC, and we talked about it in our last video, our last weekly analysis, and I told you guys that this came and broke the top and was gonna come and broke the top, which is the case. Now I'm seeing all this move as an A move, and this is potentially a B move. All right, so this is actually potentially a B move. Then we'll see a C move coming and breaking that low. Now we got to be careful, as if it breaks this low, this can go deeper, and if it goes deeper, then this flat doesn't work anymore. This is no more a correction, but the start of an impulsive move towards downside, which could be the start of a new structure, all right, which can lead to a new low, but it's too early to say. Just you got to keep it in mind. So I'm expecting a drop, then looking for a potential setup to get into that flat. As of right now, this is looking pretty clean, so it's not super clean. I mean, it's a 1 hour trade, as you can see, and to me this is an A move for sure. This is a B move, looks like a B move for now, and as long as this top is not broken, probably look for sells if you're looking to short trade this, as I'll try to short trade it, even though sells are not super or pretty risky in an uptrend, but either way you can wait for that to come and break the low, and then look for buy setups, and it will be an amazing trade to take. So I'm looking forward to this, and if ever this starts crawling and break the top, then same thing as Bitcoin, we're looking for that running flat instead, and this will be the A move, B move, and C move. All right, so we're gonna break this top again if we break it right now. So that's for Ethereum. Nothing much to say. Ethereum in the 4 hour chart still looking for the breakout of this top. We just have no clue as of right now if it's going to break it now or make a bigger correction before. So I would like to see a bigger correction, just like I said, maybe not this one, maybe this is enough. All right, but just like I said for Ethereum, when we were somewhere right there, I told you that I was waiting for a bigger correction, and the bigger it is, the better it is, as this could be the start of the up move to come and break the top, and this is the goal. Taking this trade would be amazing, as this is the take profit. So Link, I'll try to go faster on the others. Link, this one, I'm still looking at this running flat. All right, it's possible. This one is still possible to come and retest the low. You need to keep it in mind. Now we got to see if this came and broke the low, as we see it didn't break these lows, and because of that you can see all this pattern as a correction to come and retest the top. So you got to be careful from that point. Look for correction. Every correction is good to take for an up move. Now if you see a big drop and a consolidation looking like this, then this could come and retest the low. So from right now, both possibilities are probable. The thing with that, with these type of setup, I don't really like them. I don't trade them when they look like this, but the best thing you can do is put your trend line. All right, so people will put it like this, so you might see something happening when it goes under that trend line and flags. this could be it, all right? But the sure shot, the best way to do it is really put that trend line under all lows. So at this point, you see it's not really worth it trying it. So again, just put it like this, and if it goes under and flags, then it can be the start of that running flat. But to be honest, I don't really think it will happen. I do see this move being an expanding, this that came and retested the low. So this is a new structure. So if I go in enter now, and you forget a little what I just said regarding the new low, which is possible, I'm more upside into these type of scenarios. The reason why is in the smaller time frame, we've got this flat which perfect, all right? This is a regular flat, a perfect one. You have the B move and the C move. This was perfect, so this came and broke the top. Now we have the first A move right there, B move in my opinion, and C move. So this could literally do that, C move and then go up again. It will be at this point that we'll be watching out if this goes higher or not, as right now I'm looking for a drop and an up move. And like I said, the drop is possible if you get a strong impulse down and a range, all right? It's possible to come and retest those lows. Now I really don't think so, because in intern it looks like we're going up with that running flat, and if we go up one more push, we might break this top, and if we break this top, then the running flat is no more possible, so the drop scenario is not possible, and then we'll wait for a bigger correction and come and retest the top. So that's basically it for Link. So Matic, this one we were looking for an up move to come, which was not supposed to break this top and then go and drop for that running flat, all right? This pattern with the A move, the B move, right there, and the C move was supposed to be this. Now because we broke the top, we'll be looking at two things. So this top is super important. This is the top of your first impulse down. So if it breaks this top, then this expanding flat this time, so we broke this small top, this expanding flat will not work anymore. So it won't be possible for it to come and retest the low if you break this top, right? I mean, it will, but it won't be for that structure. It will be for another structure, and I'll talk about it in a second. So for now, what you got to be careful of is a drop and a correction. So of course, if Bitcoin and all the others drops, you can see that strong retracement and that little correction. That means that we're going down and break these lows. But as of right now, I do think that we will break this top, all right? Simply because expanding are rare, and sometimes you will simply go and break this top. And if it happens, then you got to be careful for this whole structure to come and retest the low. That's gonna be the thing. It could happen, not exactly right now after breaking the top, but you could have a crawling and then a big drop. All right, now I expect a bigger correction to go higher because of the bigger structure. But because the bigger structure is to me an expanding, and this will come and retest the top. So A, B, C. You got to be careful of that structure that will come and retest the top, and that's why I do think that after breaking this top, we'll see if it flags. If it flags, it's going up, and if it drops and it range, then it's going down. So again, most of those crypto are in standby. That's why I'm not super trading right now. I'm not really trading, more watching. There is sometimes where you need to watch and see what's going on. And that's the type of the type of moment that I'm more likely just looking at the charts and not trading. So again, since we broke that top, be careful. If you have a drop retracement, go for the sells. And unless if you don't have this and you see range, then we should come and retest the top. So again, these are on standby. Now BNB, I think this one, you had this move, all right, and this came and broke the low. So this was an expanding, just like potentially Matic, what it's doing right now. Now because of that, I'm seeing all this move as an A move, and this will potentially give a correction and be a bigger move, something like this. So I'm looking at this move to be a correction soon. This should start a correction pretty soon and then have another up move. And until that, those patterns are really not clear. I'm really expecting, you see this move, I think it's similar to this one, and I'll be expecting something like this. So a range before having another spike up and another spike up. All right, so these are the moves that we're going to focus for the week. Hex. Hex, in my last analysis, I told you that this was a potential flat. All right, this was gonna go up, break the top, and then drop. I still think that this is going to break the top and then go back down. I'm waiting for that. That's the goal, because we see this pattern as right there and expanding in the B wave, this as an A wave, this as a C wave, and this is all a correction for that drop, which should lead to a drop. See, so all this is basically a correction for that drop and should lead for another drop. Litecoin went pretty high with an impulse. Now from that point, I don't think this is a correction anymore. I think this is an impulse. So sometimes, like I said, sometimes moves look like a correction and become an impulse, and this is a perfect example, as if you go in the weekly chart, you'll see that now it looks like kind of an impulse, a laser sword, and not really a range anymore. And what you do in these type of movement, what I like to do is simply take all this move as an impulse and wait for the correction. All right, correction, then another impulse. So this is what should happen. Now the correction, how long it will take and when it will happen, you have no clue. The thing is, if you matched all the move, which is right there, I think it might be an expanding right there. So all this might be an expanding and then up move. So this drop is alone, then you could have another drop and an up move. So I think this will be the play. From what I see, this is what has the most probability, having a drop and an up move before getting the bigger correction. Now you got to keep in mind that you can get the bigger correction right now, and if that's the case, then we'll see it in our next weekly analysis, and the goal will be to break the top again. Now AVAX, this one went completely crazy. So at first was seeing this running flat potentially, all right, but I told you guys about this one, that the running flat could be done already and this could be it. So this move should go down and this could be the move for the bigger running flat. All right, so I think I said this in my last analysis, but yeah, this could come up, crawl a little bit up, and then come back down to retest the low. All right, and if you see it explode and break that top and give a range, then it's starting a new trend in the daily chart, which should go higher in the next weeks. All right, we should go and reach those level right there, $50, $40, but unless you have this, it's still in the downtrend, it's still bearish. You see you have lower high, and this means that you can crawl and give a new low at any moment. So you don't need to flip bearish right there, bullish, as I see right there. It could be a correction for a downside, so nothing tells you that you're supposed to be bullish. You can trade. I take trade in the upside. All right, when I see this, as I know that this is looking like an end of a structure, and this can come up for at least this running flat that I said. All right, this A move, B move, and C move for the drop. But right there, it's a zone where you should not be taking really buy, and if you take it, then you protect yourself at the top. So that's what I do. I try to take those setup, and when it goes up, it break the top, I take profit, and I put my break even on. So I put my stop loss above my entry. In that way, I don't lose money if it goes down as expected. So I'm expecting this to come down and retest the low if that's a running flat, and we'll get to see it in the next week. XMR. So XMR, all this could be a regular flat for downside and come and retest the low. It's possible. We'll get to see what happened, but from what I see right there, you got to drop a little correction, then this could come up down like this, break that low, and make another push before having the reversal, if it's meant to be. So this type of correction tells us that we're going to go for one more push up before having a drop, if it meant to be, and this last push up could go pretty high, and if it goes high, then that means that we're not looking at this structure anymore. So we're looking at this as a new trend. So all this will be an impulse correction, and a new trend. All right, so I'm not saying it will do that. I'm still careful of that structure for a downside until I get the proof that we're not going down anymore, which should be this little flat. If it breaks the top on how high it will go, then it will tell us what we should expect. All right, from what I see, we still have some volume. This can go higher, and that means that right there's no regular flat yet for downside, most likely this is still going up, especially with that last move that I told you guys. So it's in daily. This can come down, make a flat, and this will be an awesome trade to try. All right, unless you see it drop and give a correction, which could be it because of that trend line right there. Then if you see that, then you gotta be careful. So if you see a drop and a range, then at any moment this could drop. EGLD, this one will go in smaller time frame, all right, because we have this expanding right there, expanding, then we got an up move. Now first drop, A move, this is all a B, C move. So I'm just like a few altcoin, I'm expecting a drop, B for an up move, and the drop will be the C move. So the drop should happen this week. I'm bearish for the week because every alt seems to be looking for a drop, and that's why I'll be careful, not looking for sells especially, but most likely just being careful of that wave, so taking profit if in long in some trades. The reason why is just like I said, this should come down and come up again. Dot, same thing, I have the arrow already. So this one was a correction, regular flat, up move, broke the top. Now first move A, all right, this one was A, B, C, and just like I said, when you break the top of a regular flat, this move doesn't is not relevant anymore. So you have a first impulse, A move, this can all be your B, sorry, so this can all be your B, and this drop could be your C before having another push up. So I'm looking for that on DOT, looking downside. DOGE, so DOGE was pretty clean all the way, so you have this right there, regular flat. So they all made a regular flat basically, and this was super clean to take as this came and broke the top. Now we have the first retracement, A, this can all be your B, all right, and then drop for a C wave before going up, or simply this is your A, this can be an A, B, C and N turn, so A, B, C like this, and this, all this move would be part, so all this would be part of a B wave before having a C wave, before having another up move. So let me just put it in different colors. So that's basically fractal when you have move within move and a correction. So let me just put it on for, let's say, yellow, and you have this A move, all this move will be a B move, and then a C move before having an up move. So again, let me put it back right there because I missed that last impulse, this last impulse to complete with this impulse. So you see all impulses are matched, this one with this one, this one with this one, and that correction is left. Same thing with this one, and the B correction is left. So it could be it. So basically up move, drop, up move, drop, up move. So that's if that's a complex structure, and I think it could be, it will bounce quite sometimes on that trend line because people are trading it. Like I said, this is where you can see those impulses starting. Basically people are making putting limit order, and some people are FOMO, and this come up and be impulses that we're looking for. So again, I think this will happen for DOGE, and I'll be looking for potential drop and then up move, if that's not the second scenario, which is a drop right now and an up move. So if it doesn't want to be complex, then it's only going to be this as our scenario. All right, so Nasdaq, and this one I don't have a good news for y'all if you guys are into stocks, but I'm still seeing all this move as a correction. Now I know that this can crawl and go up higher. The thing is, this move to me looks pretty corrective, because compare it to that move, which is an impulse for sure. This look like a range, and after a range you have almost 90% chance of having another impulse. So that's why you should probably be expecting another impulse to come and retest the low. That's not gonna happen in a week. It might not happen in a week, but it will happen soon. And if we don't want, if the market doesn't want to do that, then we'll probably see what we call a flag or a flat, so a correction above that top, which will tell you that we're going up for another push, and this push can be the start of potentially the end of all that move. So if that move is all a correction for that up move, then if we see a range right there, then it can be the start of the end of that correction. It can also be a bigger B, which will lead to a bigger correction. In that case, regular flat. So if that's what it's meant to be, then we'll probably see that. Either way, if it flags, then we're going up. I would not aim for that top, but I would aim for somewhere right there in this zone, because a regular flat correction should come and at least give us the 60.618%. So this should come at least in this zone before dropping for a regular flat, but sometimes we see it go up, break the top, and make a running flat instead. It's also possible, but for this we need to see a range. So unless we got this range, I'm thinking that this is all a correction for a drop, and as of right now I do think that this is all a correction for another drop to come and retest the lows. S&P. So S&P, let me remove that. I was just trying to see where it will stop, but the push is not done yet. S&P is kind of different, all right, because for this one, right there, what we see is just like I said in my last weekly analysis. You have a first drop. To me, that's an A move. This could be a C move potential. All right, so let me just do it back. This could potentially be the end of the B move, and then a C move before another drop, another up move. So this will complete this pattern, which is a correction for a drop. So this one is quite different, as I'm expecting a drop, but an up move after, and potentially another drop. So if it drops right now and retests the low, then either you have a running flat right there, which is possible, and I have it as a scenario also, but either you're also going to make a running flat later on. So this could be something like this. That's why you got to be careful right there. It might drop, right? If you're into stocks, I would take some profit right there, as either way you're looking for a small drop, either for that or simply, and let me change color for it, simply something that will straight up go down and retest the low. So in both cases, looking for that little drop, and that's why aping right there is not a good idea. So looking to long this or taking buy on stocks because of that is not a good idea. Even if we have some sort of a breakout right there, it's not exactly a breakout to me, because sometimes you see it just right there, it broke out but came back down, so it could also come back down before going an up move, and that's why I'm looking for in the S&P. DXY, I told you guys I'm looking for an up move to give a correction for that drop. It's still the case, still looking for that, and what I see right there is super interesting. You see, the more we crawl, the more you're looking for that returnment. So nothing has changed for S&P, still exactly the same, looking for that small move up, and this will probably happen this week or the next one, but it's pretty close. USOIL, all right, so these analyses are still there from last week. We've got the drop, and right there there's something that might change, as this right there, drop, correction. So let me just change color, as we don't really see with that one, but you have a drop, correction, drop. This can be an up move, break the top, drop again, make a running flat, and then up move again. So let me break it down. I think this will help some of you that don't know about the wave theory, but every impulse should have a correction, and most of the correction are a correction that comes in 3 waves, A, B, C. That's what we call them. So first impulse right there, we know that this is an impulse, so we know that this will probably have another impulse. So let's just put it like this. Now I'll switch up and show you that right there you have an impulse, so you probably have another impulse. All right, and let me put another color again. Right there you have an impulse down, so you probably will have another impulse down. And at the middle, what we see is, and I'll put it green, is this A, B, C. So what you see from that is that this is your ABC in the smaller time frame. This is fractal, all right? This is your ABC in smaller time frame. This is your A move right there. All this becomes your B. So let me put it just right there. And this is your C wave. Now if you take the pink one, all this is your A, obviously. All this right now becomes the B, and this is your C. And if you take the last one, which is the biggest move, all this is your A. Now all this will be your B, and you will have your C wave. So your C wave will not be will not be like I put it right there. It should be something like this. So all this being your B wave and this is your C wave. So it should go somewhere like this. That's what I'm expecting. Now, seeing this move, it's not corrective enough, and it could also all this be a correction for a drop. All right, but for that we'll probably aim for a drop and then an up move before having the correction. So complete all the move that I put before having a drop, if it meant to be. So I'm looking at a drop and an up move. So I just broke it down for all the people that are wondering what are the countdown. But for that, just keep it simple. If you want to know, this should come down and come up. So forget about those moves in the smaller time frame. This will probably come back and come back up and then drop with a final drop. So it's too early to say. We'll need to keep it track in the smaller time frame. But the first move that I'll be looking at for sure is that this up move, as long as this bottom is not broken, this should come up and then potentially drop. Alright, so gold, same analysis from last week. Told you guys that I was looking for a correction because to me this is an ABC, regular flat, that should come and retest the top. So I'm looking for a bigger flat to be sure that we're going up. Alright, if we don't have this can still go up, but we cannot have an opportunity to get back in the trade, or simply to be sure that this is going up. Alright, so I'm waiting for that flag. This will happen, as most likely this up move will have its correction. So most likely you'll see that before we get to reach the top. But it can also be a spike, just like this one, where we simply just come and break the top. Either way, at the breakout of the low, this was the moment to look for buys. So right there, this was a good idea. Now we probably are going to break the top as expected. Silver. Alright, silver, same thing from last week, and now I didn't touch anything. So you see right there that this should be the play. See right there, this flag, this is what I was waiting for. So this should be the play to come and retest the top. So I really didn't touch it, and you see this is to me looking like a flag. So this should literally come and retest the top. Alright, Tesla, like I said, I was looking for a small correction and then an up move to start an uptrend. So let's go on the smaller time frame and see what happened. So my drawing is blurry, but we got a small correction and up move. So we're still into that scenario where we go up for a bigger correction. Now let me remove all this and tell you that this move right there is an impulse, and this will have a small correction, at least if we want to go higher. So be careful, as this should have a small correction soon, and then probably a bigger correction if we are going for that daily move. So be careful, we're looking for a correction and then an up move. That's what I'm looking for at least, and this should happen pretty soon. Apple, let me remove that. So Apple, same thing right there, looking for a correction, and then go up, break the top, or possibly a correction that will come near that top that won't break this top and make a running flat right there instead for a new drop. So this being the A move, this the B move, and this the C move. So in both cases it's possible, and I'll be waiting for that correction to let us know that we're going up, because there is still this possible running flat before having that move. So if it's a complex structure, that you might see this running flat before. So this A move, this B move, and this C move before having the actual up move. Meta, this is again looking for an up move, but this one also should have its correction soon. So this should give a correction, a small flag or a flat before going up and breaking the top. So for information, the flag is simply when it ranged like this without making clear movements, so impulsive move and just ranging like this. And a flat is where you see those patterns in the top right corner. These are flat, so you get a clean impulse, clean correction, and a clean drop before going up. So in both cases, either if that's this or simply a range like this, just like this one, but the other way like this, then this should come up. So I'm looking for this for Meta. Now Google, same thing. Alright, this one you got to be careful. I think I told you about it in my last weekly analysis, but this could be a 3-wave correction and make a drop after that. So we can possibly be we're still in the downtrend, so you got to be careful, as we're probably not done with the move, so we can have a new low before having the up move. But the move that we're looking for, and the move that will make us that at least make me more money, is looking for buys in this zone, because you got already a retracement, which is an A move to me, and you're looking for that B move before you're simply looking for that B move before a potential drop, but it's too early to say. The thing right there is to look for that B move, as this is the move that should be worth. So for Google, look for buys, but be careful of that small structure in the smaller time frame. Amazon, this one, same thing, looking for an up move, slow move like this before a drop, before going up. So basically a slow move, and this will also have its correction soon. And Microsoft, all right, so Microsoft already written right there. This can be a correction, so this can drop like this, make an up move, and then flag, just like it's written right there. I would add also that if you break this top, then this can simply drop and be a regular flat. So both scenario are possible. Either way, look for potential. If it breaks the top, look for potential sells, or simply wait for the bottom to be broken again and then look for buy setup. Now if you see it break the top and flags, then it could be the start of the up move. So we'll be looking at this as well for Microsoft. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, leave a like and a comment and share it with your friends. So again, we'll see you in my next video, which should be about a special video about an Excel sheet, a trading plan that I made for you. So I'll talk about it in the next video, and I hope you guys liked this one. Feel free to share it with friends and join the Discord down below. See you guys in the next one. Peace.